Hello and welcome to Same Cast Different Day podcast. This is the final episode of 2023. Thank you all who has streamed this podcast and viewed the podcast live or went back and viewed the videos on YouTube. Thank you guys. It's been an amazing year and we can't wait to continue to bring you guys more content going into 2024.
Yay!
I thought she was gonna do like introduce us this time, but apparently she wasn't. So I'm Martel Roland.
And I'm Tina.
And we are your hosts for the podcast. And we're going to get things started with our news roundup. All right, so to kick off our news roundup, social media companies earned about $11 billion in ad revenue for 2023, which means this is why you've been seeing an increase in like ads on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok also. And lately on TikTok, even with the TikTok shop, if you guys haven't noticed, they've been pushing like when I'm scrolling through my timeline, like at least every two or three video is them somebody like on there trying to sell something because they get I guess like certain creators on TikTok, whatever you get the followers, you get a chance to like earn commission off whatever you sell from the TikTok shop, wherever you pushing. So I'm starting to see a lot of that. And those of you who don't where TikTok is actually introducing that thing we can do longer videos. So they've been advertising as you can post more than 1 minute. I've been able to post more than 1 minute videos for quite a while on TikTok. So I'm thinking they're going to go above one. I think the max was like 5 minutes for me. So I believe they're going to be next going to be going up to be you can post between 5 to 10 minute videos or even longer videos after that. One of the reasons people are saying this is because of advertisement. You know, the longer video is, they can probably put ads into the video for those content creators who have like thousands and thousands or millions of followers. So that way you be forced basically sit through an ad to watch your favorite content creator, which is why we're seeing this uptick in uh, these social media companies making money off of ads. The $11 billion they made this past year in
That's a
just
whole
ad
lot of
revenue
money.
alone. I totally 100% agree. Um, Former U.S. Senator and former owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, Herb Cole, has passed away.
Mm.
Uh, he's one of the main
I drink
reasons.
to that.
Oh my God, you drink it to that? Oh shit.
I gotta toast her like he's a legend.
Okay, click,
Clink
click, click.
clink.
I ain't got no glass. But
Mm.
he's one of the main reasons why the Milwaukee Bucks stay in Wisconsin. We're in Milwaukee because one of the his things was when he sold the Bucks was that their whoever agreed to buy them cannot move them out of state. So he was actually
Yeah.
able to push good ad like what's it like ad revenue or how can we advertise a good revenue for the city of Milwaukee by keeping the Milwaukee Bucks in town. Student loans. So, for those of you who don't know, student loan payments have been unpaused as of October. People had to pay back their student loans, and according to some numbers that came out, people are struggling to pay their student loan payments back. They say about 60% of 22 million people did not make their payments until mid-November.
My thing is, why would you even freeze like the whole right before Christmas, like holiday season? Why would you do that?
Because they're hungry for money. Like they got to find ways to basically fund World War III that's about to happen if things don't take a change over in um TikTok, help me out. Where is that war happening at overseas? It's some war. I forgot where it's happening at Israel.
Palette? Oh.
Israel, the Israeli people at war with the other people. That war over there, and then they're trying to fund the war with Ukraine and all that other kind of stuff. So they got to find ways to make money somewhere because when people make their student loan payments, that's like billions of dollars just coming in every month to the U.S. government when people make those student loan payments. Now, I feel like student loan payments should be adjusted to a lower monthly cost when people are paying these student loan payments back. They do now have the repayment program where I believe you make 10 years of payments and it's based on your income, and you make those 10 years worth of payments and the rest of your student loans will be forgiven. Even with those, like some of those student loans based at certain people income, like even if you make, 25,000, let's say you make 25 to $26,000 a year, and they based it off your, oh, that's your, okay, hearing the echo on your side. Okay. So when they hear they base it off, so those people who are like considered low income, whatever they have, and it's based off the income, they are still having to pay between roughly from 50 to $100 a month for this student loan payment. Now, if you do a breakdown and have somebody who makes about 25 to $26,000 a year after taxes, they might only bring home about $630, close to $700 in 2 weeks of pay. Now you take that, and when you got, the cost of rent steady increasing, the cost of groceries steady increasing, the cost of everything steady increasing, and on top of now you have the student loan payment that you are have to pay back, and you're stuck with. How do you afford it? I'm pretty sure people are going to choose. Well, I'm going to put food in my house and make sure my bills is paid before I make the student loan payment. To be honest, I'm going to feed my family over making a student loan payment.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
So I
As
feel
you
like,
should, and everybody should.
right, and I feel like it's something that could be done about how student loan payments work. At the same time, like we have caught over the last few years, we have seen such an increase in the cost of higher education, but yet on the other end of once you finish higher education, you're not really seeing the reward, to me, unless you're going into the healthcare field. You're not really seeing that award because you can go get, like even say was a psychologist, whatever, or psychiatrist. Those people, like those careers are starting to dwindle down because it's starting to become a less of them. Like you can do, like a lot of people who goes and get these degrees to be a psychiatrist or whatever, you don't see them using it, or it's very hard for them to be able to find a job to actually be able to use their degree. Even when it comes to business, you spend all this time, you go to school, you get a business degree to work your way up in a business. And who's to say, like, unless you go start your own business, it's like, what's the point of really going to school to get a business degree, except to look good for a business that's still not going to pay you what you're worth at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. I
So
agree.
we need some regulation when it comes to higher education costs.
I agree.
Yay, agreeing with me.
I agree. So I feel like colleges should charge per credit based on whatever degree
Hmm.
program, certificate program, whatever it is that you're doing. Basically, like going off of what, the US labor statistics show what on
Hmm.
average, what I'm saying, a career
Hmm.
like that makes in that state, and then they need to adjust it accordingly, you know,
I
because
mean,
it's like,
can you see like somebody who going to school to become a teacher, and at the end of the 4 years of going to school to become a teacher, I'm still only making 35 to 40 thousand dollars a year, and
that's what
I
I'm
and I
saying. And
and I
you
spent
there
and I
four
spent
years.
and I don't spend $50 to $60,000 to get this degree, only to make 40 to 45 maybe $1,000 a year.
And that's what I'm saying. So that would be very great if, and I mean, I know a lot of people would be like, well, that's not fair, whoop de whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it is. Everybody can't be a doctor or don't want to be a doctor or a
Hmm.
neurosurgeon or something like that. There are other more um, other more careers out there like teachers. We need a lot more of those. We need a lot more psychologists and psychiatrists. We need a lot more of those things. Hell, even music teachers. Like,
Hmm.
that's a dying art. Like music was in school when I was
Well,
going to
they do all
elementary
that.
school for
They
free.
do all that electronically now, the music stuff. So kids don't
That's
play
stupid.
instruments no more. They can make a whole piano beat right on their computer now. So
That's stupid. Like it's just it's it is an art. That's an art form, right? And just creating the instruments to make these sounds is an art form. And learning
Mm-hmm.
how to utilize them correctly and read music, right? That to me, that's
Mm-hmm.
an art form because each instrument has its own set of music. Like when I read piano music, it's not the same as me reading violin music, or
Right.
drums or a wind instrument, or you get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's an art, and just kind of there's no reason, there's nothing wrong with the music industry. Now, when you get into everything being synthesized, and you got these producers or beat makers, and all of the sounds are actually on the computer. I mean,
Right.
those sounds are taken from people actually playing those instruments. They
You're right.
record them and they make it available for people to purchase to create the music, the beats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like it's a lost art. It's a beautiful art, dance, or theater, or things of that matter. Like people go to school for these things. They might have a natural knack to perform these arts, but they still are required if they want to get that job that they looking for. They want to
Mm-hmm.
be in this symphony or this orchestra, or they want to be in this Broadway play, or they want to be, in this movie. That they look for those type of credentials. You can be a great actor, but who's just you just telling me you're a great actor? I need to see something on paper.
Right.
So yeah, I just feel like it's just an industry that American society decided it could capitalize upon,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you got to think about it. Back in the day, it was really those type of things were you just had a gift or a knack, and people would pay to see you perform, or you would just have a skill,
Right.
right? A manufacturing skill. So, I mean, I don't know. It's sad, and it's just getting out of control, and I don't know what they're gonna do about it. Hopefully, since people are having issues with paying for, student loans, and the amount of what is it, Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yes, in school now.
actually
You're just,
going. It ain't really too much of them that are interested in going into college anymore because, like you said, with the whole ads and stuff on social media is free right now.
mm-hmm.
So they can create content. They can be content creators and make way more money than I would ever have, and don't have any debt from going to school. It's a win-win
Yeah.
situation, and they just
Right.
get to do whatever they want to whenever they want to.
That is 100% correct. Y'all
So
go
why not?
on, go on, Gen Zs with your bad selves.
I know we trying to catch millennials. We trying to catch up. What's good?
Right. So is we gotta talk about one thing that's local where me and Tina lives that a lot of
Oh,
people
child.
don't like to talk about,
Mm.
and that is taxes. So the Milwaukee County sales tax is set to increase by 2%. So for those you don't know, our current sales tax is 5.5%. So with the 2% increase, our sales tax will now be going up to 7.9%. This does not include groceries, water, gas, or prescription drugs.
Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord Jesus. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh Lord Jesus. I feel like taxes have been in the 3 to 5% range here my whole life. Why do they think we got?
And it's crazy because our kids, like
I'm
I'm saying,
sorry.
like
I'm sorry.
because like in Chicago, I think like their tax, they tax is like 10 or 11% right now, and I'm like, we are far. Okay, we only about what an hour and a half from Chicago, but at the same time, we're not as big as Chicago. Our population is only 500 some thousand people compared to Chicago, I believe like 3 million something population. So I'm like, they can afford it there. Like y'all, they have higher wages than we do. I'm pretty sure that minimum wage is higher. We don't even have $15 minimum wage here. If you go to McDonald's right now, you still only making 7.25, which is the national average for minimum wage here in the state of Wisconsin. So with this increased tax, is this gonna force people to one either go to another county to buy stuff, or two, just not buy some of this stuff in general. And one of the things that I was thinking of, like with this, Is this going to affect the local, the local stores within Milwaukee County, especially the mom and pop stores, who rely on foot traffic, and people coming in to buy products from their stores. So people are going to look outside of the county to go buy stuff. What does this mean for small stores? Because let's just say hypothetically they go to the store and normally something they pay $5 for is now with the new sales tax increase, you're now paying an extra $2-3 for this product. Would you make the drive to another county? And for us, another county is really not that far. It's literally like a 20-minute drive for us to drive to another county. If not even, sometimes depending on where you're going, not even 20 minutes to drive to go buy the same product at a cheaper price. Because at the
About
same time,
10 minutes for me.
we are already paying an increase, and we have a extra sales tax already on our gasoline, anyways, because we live in the most populated part of the state. We have to have cleaner gas used for our cars, so we have to have a higher grade of gas that we pay for that's supposed to be more environmentally friendly that we have to pay for in our state in our county. So it's like, and I don't go out of the county to pay for gas, so I just pay this little stupid ass gas tax. But still, when it comes to this stuff, like I can imagine. So can you imagine? You go to the store and you go to Best Buy and you buy yourself a $1,000 TV. Can you imagine what 7.9% extra tax is going to look like when you buy a product that's over $1,000? Or can you
You
imagine
know
going to
what?
buy the tax on like does they add that on to when you buy a car? Can you imagine you purchasing a car that's $30,000 and they add on an additional 7.9% in sales tax on a $30,000 price tag? Like, come on now.
Well, I kind of knew that was coming because look at how they raised the property tax, right?
Oh, my house raggedy, so my property tax ain't going if it went down.
It went down.
It went down like
Oh, wait,
$80.
wait,
Wait,
wait till you
what?
get done with them renovations. Oh,
I
honey,
know,
next
I
year.
know. I'm regretting it already when they get through with the renovations and stuff. I'm regretting that set when that tax bill come next year. Like, God damn it! Oh
They're
my
gonna hit you with
goodness!
the heat.
And when that tax bill come, I'm like, Tina, this is all your fault.
Nope.
But
Welcome to my world.
well, yeah, but like Tina said, they already increased property tax. So I know one of my coworkers, she was complaining about her property tax. She said hers went from $1,400 last year to now she's paying $1,800 for last year. And some people like, oh, well, that's not that much. I'm like, for the area that she stays in, which is not the greatest area to live in, that's a lot for that area for the property tax to be going on. And considering the fact that she didn't do no major renovations to her house, the only thing she did was repainted her porch in the last year.
That's stupid.
And yet her
That's
property
stupid.
tax went up $400.
Mine's went up by like 2,000.
Okay, first of all, you in that bougie ass neighborhood with no street lights. So of course your property tax gonna be high as hell. That's why I be telling y'all about moving to them bougie ass neighborhoods. I will stay my ass in the ghetto and pay that low ass property tax. I ain't got no kids. I ain't gotta worry about my kids, no kids going to a good school. Long as they ass come pick up that trash and bring the street sweeper every 2-3 months. I'm happy. I am happy being in the ghetto.
No, I had to get up. I had to get up out the ghetto. It's a little bit too
Okay,
much for me.
the shit that come out my mouth. Okay, I can't admit I don't live in one of those kind of ghettos where there's like murders and shootings and killings every day. Like I don't, like it's nothing like that. It's just a lot of people call it the ghetto because it's close to Atkinson, well, a ghetto street, I guess, which I stay like 2 blocks away from there. But other than that, it's you can sit outside and nobody will bother you. We don't left our doors unlocked. Nobody was dumb enough to come in our house. So
Yeah,
I feel safe where I live at. Damn it.
and that's good. That's good. Cause
And
even living up my neighbor right across the street, he did not make me feel safe.
are we talking about the new
Remember
one
the
or
creepy dude,
okay, the
the
creepier one?
other one,
Okay, the one that they ain't the one was that the one who was outside cutting his grass every day?
and without a shirt on.
Yeah, okay,
He was
okay,
cutting
yeah,
his
yeah.
dirt. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that said he was married, but I never met his wife. Never seen
Right.
her ever, ever.
Right. The invisible wife. That's why he was outside cutting his grass for you with his shirt off. He wanted you to be his new wife. He was like, yeah, dark
You mean
meat.
his new victim? His new victim? He already had dark meat. Let him tell it.
Oh, right. Well, some new dark meat. He was gonna pull a Freddy on you like dark meat. Hey, I'm just my fault. You had the creepy neighbor. I'm just saying. But yeah, we need to
Woo,
do
child.
something about taxes because anybody on TikTok. Oh, hey Brittany, how you doing? I didn't know you was there. Hey, how you doing? Um, oh, it's Brittany on the TikTok live. Um, what was I talking about? I forgot that.
We're talking about taxes.
Oh, it's right
Lord have
here.
mercy. He lost, y'all. He lost.
Taxes is too damn high. We need to do something about
Oh,
taxes because I'm gonna drink to that because taxes is too damn high. We gotta clean.
woo!
Mm. Never mind me. I need to put in a wine order while I'm on my ship when I'm on a cruise ship. Okay. Donald Trump is appealing a ballot ban in Colorado. He's going to the Supreme Court because it's recently ruled that Donald Trump is, because of I believe the whole insurrection thing, that he is to not be on the 2024 ballot for president. And my thing, I said this to Tina earlier. If we have to have a Republican president, I would rather have that woman that was debating here in Milwaukee. I don't know her name, but it was a woman. She was like the only woman that's running for president right now on the Republican side. I would rather have her as a president than Donald Trump. I'm just saying, and after she, served her time as president, the governor of California who demolished Ron DeSantis in that debate that they had needs to be running for president. Because he threw
Mm-hmm.
facts, he threw numbers, he threw logic, he threw everything at Ron DeSantis, and Ron DeSantis had no comeback. He ain't even know how to respond to half the shit that was being thrown at him. I'm proud of the governor of California. Way to go. I had a burp. Anyways, this has been a news roundup.
Yay.
Oh, hey, how you doing? So
Hey.
now it is time to move into hot topics for this week. And then I do have some videos of the week for y'all coming up at the end of towards the end of the show. And Tina has a some updates for you. No health stuff. She a nurse. No, that's the she nurse. So she got health updates and stuff for y'all. But let's get into hot topics. That's that type of music that play when a classy hoe walking on stage and she about to get ready to about to hit that pole. That's from classy hoes right there. That's about to hit that stage. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I don't know how to patent. I don't know if it's patent already or if it's been invented already. But Black Panther. For all of y'all who don't know who Black Panther is, if you work in my job, this person referred to, he is known as Brody. So Black Panther. He said his daughter recently graduated high school or graduated something, got a degree, diploma, something. That's what he said. He said, I told her she needs to go work for the Milwaukee Bucks players. I said, what do you mean she needs to go work for the Milwaukee Bucks players? I told her to go get that portable strip pole and set it up and start working her ass for the Milwaukee Bucks. So can we invent a portable strip pole? Somebody need to invent a portable strip pole.
There is a portable strip pole.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
It has a little round stage, and the post is anchored in the stage.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there he go. I'm gonna have to let him know next time I see him that they already got it for
Why
him.
he don't know? Why he making these suggestions?
All he knows that they need to
See
go get a damn job and stop bothering him.
that? Yeah. But you know
Oh,
what? I'm not gonna deal with Brody shenanigans. I'm
oh
not.
shit!
I'm not
Just like,
gonna. That
just like,
man. He.
just like he be talking about the whore of Babylon.
It's
I know I don't
dementia.
need a reason to drink. I don't need a reason to drink.
It
Um, he says
Dementia is
dementia.
what he has.
Yeah, I can't tell y'all who the whore of Babylon is on here. That'll have to be off camera. Um,
I don't even.
well, to keep things going, one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas, I don't know if it's the current baby mama he with, the current girlfriend, whoever, whatever. One of Nick Cannon's baby mama gifted him a Monopoly parody game. If y'all ain't figured
Okay.
out where I'm going with this, hopefully y'all figure out where this is going. How many pieces is it in the Monopoly game?
Pieces as in like the pieces that you play with.
Hmm.
Mm, I don't know. Is it like five or six
And it should be
pieces?
12. I think it's like 12.
You
No, like
talking
you got
about like
like I mean like the
the
horse and
top
the
hat?
shoe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 12 of them, right?
Not that I know of. What 12 items do you play with?
I don't know over the years it's been different stuff. So
Okay.
his baby mama gifted him a Monopoly parody game. Each of the pieces is 12 is for 12 of his kids.
Um.
Wait. I had saw that like
Okay.
because I thought about it too. Like, is it really 12 pieces? Like, can 12 people really
Yeah.
play Monopoly? So I thought about that too. Like,
You
if you
okay?
got
But
a lot of damn, if you got that many, that means that if he want to play Monopoly with his own kids, he can't even play because there's only enough pieces for the kids.
well, I will say this. I mean, the only thing that was to me that was cringy about his situation is that he has so many kids, kind of like at the same time.
That means you fucking dude. I need to stop that. He was having sex with multiple different women. I'm trying to be good and not, hell, stuff
What?
happens.
So,
I almost did it again. Oh goodness. Oh.
so that's the only thing to me that's cringy because I mean, yeah, back in the day, larger families were more common, right? So
But they
I
were
don't
all by
think
the
that's
same woman back then. Majority, like so I say in the South, in the South, majority of the went back then, like they'd be married to their wife, and they would have like 10 kids with their
it was
wife.
can it was taboo to have outside children. Yes, it was.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, not saying they
Hmm.
didn't have them. They were very secret children that nobody really know about. Like you, like the mom
Hmm.
and daddy probably know about the outside children or whatever. Like, oh, that's your cousin. Then find out later on your cousin is your auntie slash brother. So you know shit like that.
Bro, did you say auntie slash brother?
I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know. It's just like something that happened in the South. I don't know. Like it'd be like 20, 25 years after the parents passed away. Like, you know what? I'm really your brother, not your auntie, like type shit. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, child, them family secrets in the South, boy. You don't be knowing that. I swear, I didn't know. I was about 30 years old until I was like, "What? Y'all was what? That's what that mean? That's who that is? Like, what? What?
Uh-huh.
What? What? Why wouldn't you tell me this stuff? How is y'all? Why aren't y'all keeping that a secret? And like,
Exactly. That's what I said. That's that Southern mess.
it
So
is messy.
we have to talk about a Hollywood breakup. So those
Oh,
of you who don't know, Mariah Carey has parted ways with her longtime boyfriend Brian Tanaka. If you don't know, Brian Tanaka was her backup dancer back to when she did the Emancipation of Mimi album when she went on Adventures of Mimi tour back in 2006. They knew each other back then. She said they spent a lot of time talking on the bus. And Nick Cannon came around, and she ended up giving Nick Cannon marrying him. Then she got the rich guy James Packard. And when it didn't work out with him, she said, "Fuck it." Her and Brian ended up back together somehow, and then they stayed together for 7 years. She has not said anything publicly about the breakup, But guess who did? Brian Tanaka went on his website, Instagram, wherever he went and posted this long ass message at, and basically confirmed the breakup and talking about it was they both agreed to go their separate ways and all that kind of stuff. The only reason I believe they honestly broke up was just the simple fact that he was young and wanted kids, and she's at an age where she doesn't want to have more kids, and that's the only reason I can really see this breakup happening. It's just the age difference.
You think she ever gonna get married again?
No,
Yeah, okay, that could be it too. Maybe he was ready for marriage and kids, like you said.
because I think
Yeah.
after being married to Tommy Mottola for almost 10 years, and then um,
Oh
then
yeah.
she was then she was married to Nick Cannon for like almost 7 years. Then she got engaged to James Packer, which he used her basically for publicity because nobody in America knew who he was until he decided to date her. And then I think she dated somebody what they call like the Mexican male version of her. She dated him at one point, and then that didn't work out. Then she dated Derek Jeter, which was a short time in her life. So I know I don't think that she will ever get married again because I think she gonna if she do decide to get married, this better be her final one. Because baby, we gonna start looking at you like Jennifer Lopez because she got more rings than half of these NFL teams got Super Bowl rings. I'm just saying. She is building them rings up. I think she got 7 or 8 rings now. Like Jennifer
Oh
Lopez
well.
got a lot of engagement rings. I mean, like y'all could put those things in the Hall of Fame. I'm just it could be a Hall of Fame of engagement rings. He'd be like Jennifer Lopez, 7.
Mm,
She's a 7-time world champion engager.
I'm so down with you. I'm so down with you.
Oh shit. Okay, because we're already
Quick
32 minutes left.
question.
We gotta
Quick.
get into the story.
Yeah, hold
Wow.
on. Quick question on topic. While we talking about people that would never get married, where the hell is Stedman at? Have you seen him lately?
TikTok is Stedman still alive? Oprah Winfrey's is they that's even her friend? They engaged?
I don't think they ever got engaged. No, nothing. He used to.
Oh,
I used to see him out more publicly with her, but with the color purple and stuff being out, I haven't seen. She took the picture with Tyler Perry, right, when she was looking good in her
hmm
purple gown. Where the hell is
okay. TikTok.
Stedman?
Do y'all know if Stedman is still alive? Oprah Winfrey's man? Let me know. I have no clue. I haven't heard that name in years because I stopped thinking about Oprah and Stedman and started thinking about Oprah and Gail. So I think some got to be going on between them. Cause I'm just sorry, ain't nobody friends like that. And they, you know what? I'm just saying. People get mad at me all they want to. Yeah, I'm
What?
just saying there is something going on between Oprah and Gail, and I know I ain't the only one who don't seen it.
You know what? You gotta be stopped. You
Why
gotta be
gotta be
stopped.
so? I'm just
You
saying.
gotta,
I
you
am
gotta
just
be.
saying because
You gotta be stopped.
I'm just saying because it's gonna be a few times. What's her name? Robin Roberts. I had no idea that she was into women. Next thing you know, she popped up on Good Morning America, married to a woman. I said, well, when the hell did this happen? Why was I late to this news? How did she keep that a secret? I can't even keep the last time I farted a secret. So how did she keep a whole as a secret? I'm just I'm like, hey, that was a good ass secret she kept all these years. I'm
What is
just
wrong
saying.
with you?
I'm just
What
saying.
is wrong with you?
I'm, I'm just saying that was a good ass secret she kept. Man.
Child, you need to go on this vacation. Ooh,
I
child, you
can't
need a
wait
break.
for vacation. Yes. I'm nervous about flying. I still don't like flying. I'm so nervous, but I can't wait.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But I guess since you brought it up, I guess I'll talk about this story before I go into the other story. So
Okay.
Viola Davis and Taraji P. Henson and a few other actresses. Terrence Howard was one of them who are coming out about black people being underpaid in Hollywood, which is the same thing that Monique has been talking about for years. And I'm going to admit, Monique, I am sorry. I can publicly say that I am sorry because I was one of those people that was calling you crazy. I don't know. I'm like she losing her mind, and I was believing the labels that they were putting out there about her. And now fast
Really?
forward to these years later and hearing how these other actors are being treated, how she was saying like um they wanted her to go do a press junket for Precious, but it was overseas, and she asked Oprah and them would she be getting paid for it, and they told her no. So she said, "Well, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna turn it down. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna go and promote a movie, and I'm not getting paid to go promote it." So they turned it down. She turned it down. Next thing you know, she said she getting all these things. She got blacklisted from Hollywood. She wasn't getting called for like movie roles anymore. Um, she said, what was it? Lee Daniels and Oprah had labeled her, difficult. Her and her husband said they were difficult to work with, and all these other kind of things was made it really hard for her to get jobs. And then also there was the Netflix special that Netflix offered her. They wanted her to do like a stand up special. They only offered her $500,000 to do this Netflix special, but Amy Schumer was offered $10 to $11 million to do a stand up special.
Oh no.
Um, Terrence Howard recently came
Mm-mm.
out and said for the movie Hustle and Flow, all the money that movie made, he only walked away with $12,000. This was before Terrence Howard was Terrence Howard. Uh,
No, Terrence
he
Howard
said,
was Terrence Howard before that.
I mean, but he wasn't the Terrence Howard he is today. Is what I'm saying.
Mm,
So for him to
mm.
only get offered $12,000 for a movie role, he wasn't the Terrence Howard that we look at it as of today. Oh,
Well, no,
thank you
I
for the
think what
subscription. Whoever subscribed, thank you.
I think that for that movie, Hustle and Flow, I don't think the creators thought it was going to take off like it did. And then
So
I think 36 Mafia got a Grammy behind that, right?
they have an Oscar for that
An
movie,
Oscar. No, no, no.
but they have a Grammy and an
Okay.
Oscar. They won an Oscar because Terrence Howard performed the music from the Oscars on the music
Oh,
on the
okay,
Oscars.
okay.
So, but here's the
Okay.
part
Okay.
where actually I said it like he got screwed because Paramount was the one who produced the movie, and when they put the movie out or whatever, they listed so like they said like where it says perform like the performance by where he was playing the rapping and all that other kind of stuff. Instead of
Mm, mm.
performed by Terrence Howard, they put performed by DJ, and who owns the character DJ? Paramount. So all these years, every time we would stream or was buying the Hustle and Flow soundtrack, every time we streamed it, the royalties was going to Paramount. Terrence Howard did not see one dime of the royalties coming from any of the music that came from Hustle and Flow. So then
Where was his manager at?
it, that's what I said. This is why they were lowballing black actresses back then. Viola Davis, she came out and said, they call her this. She said they them told her that she's the black Meryl Streep. But at the same time, she said, y'all don't pay me Meryl Streep money. She said I don't
Mm-mm.
took roles that was for less than what my white counterparts were getting for the same for roles that I was doing. So
Yeah.
now with all this being said, this is why people's like this is why we need the writers guild when they had to strike and everything. This is why they had to strike earlier this year because of these big movie making companies is not sharing the profits when it comes to these movies and how things are going. Just like they're asking
Hmm.
people who are extras in movies, it could be 3,000 years after they're dead, and I can still use your face as an extra in my movie, and I don't have to pay your family Jack Diddley squat. I don't have to pay you Jack Diddley squat. I pay you $200 to do this one movie for me as an extra, and for the rest of the time, I can use your face whenever I want to, and I don't have to pay you. This is why we saw that strike earlier this year. And I'm so happy that a lot of people who work in that industry are starting to speak up on this exact situation because there needs to be fair pay. These people, they sign on to do a movie. It can take 8 months to a year to do that movie. I can't sign on to do other projects because I'm contracted to do your movie. So for that 1 year, if you only paying me $200,000 to film your movie for that year, That's all I got to live off of. I still got to pay, and out of that $200,000, I got to pay my manager. I still got to pay taxes. I still got to pay to live, all kind of stuff off just that $200,000 that you paying me to make for that year, for that time that I'm spending that movie. So that's the only movie I made for that year. I only made $200,000 for a year compared to my white counterparts who made $10 million off of just doing one movie for a year.
Yeah. And again, it's some inequality in just it's everywhere. That's sickening.
Mm-hmm.
That's sickening.
No,
Yeah. I don't
no matter what field you work in, it's going to be those inequalities.
So how much do you know about, because we got Tyler Perry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of his shows, his movies, the main characters are always African American descent,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm wondering you know, if that's something that he's trying to improve upon, because he came from a meager beginning, right? He used to sleep in his car and stuff like that before he
Mm-hmm.
started making it big. And he started out with his own character, his plays and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Um, I hope he would be very vocal, in this industry about something like that, because I would love to see him bring, and he has had a quite a bit of what I consider black A-listers, right? Come
Mm-hmm.
and do things with him, and he's also given people chances um, to star in his television shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was also trying to, I believe he was trying to buy the what was that, BET?
Yes, that was rumored.
Yeah. Um so I really hope that can be kind of see a shift. I'm really interested in seeing what Gen
See,
Z is going to do.
I I feel like though when it comes to Tyler Perry, like yes, he has had A-list actors in his movie, but he will only use them once. Like you will never see them in a reoccurring role when it comes to his movies, except for people like Cassie Davis and the people who are from originally from the plays and stuff like that, like the one who played like Tamlin Man and them. Those are the only ones that you will constantly see in the reoccurring roles. And then I feel like a lot of the outside of those select few reoccurring roles, everybody who else he brings on is either new to like the entertainment business, like they did a couple of stuff, but like this Tyler Perry movie is their big break. And I feel like by that being that big break, I don't think he's necessarily paying them fairly because it is their big break. Like Tyler Perry could probably make $20 million off a Medea movie, but probably spend roughly $5 million just paying the actors out of that 5 million, and the
I
rest goes.
I can see your side of it. Yeah, I can see you're saying that instead of paying, the professionals that have been doing it and proven for a long time, and they should be paid what they weigh, type of thing. He's bringing
Mm-hmm.
in new people, so the cost is lower. I see what you're saying. In my mind, I look at it as, you know, are these A B listers actually auditioning for these roles, right? Number one. And
Mm-hmm.
then number two, I look at it as he's giving so many more people their big break, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure he probably pitches it like that to them. I know a lot of people have come up to him probably asking to be in a movie or something like that. I was reading an article not too long ago where it was a person who actually had another job. I don't know if she was like the wardrobe person or the makeup person. She did something, but he had been knowing her for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept on asking him to, hey, I want to get a chance to be in one of your shows, one of your shows, one of the shows. And he actually let her audition and gave her the role,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, I just, it's only one of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is not a major company like Paramount or MGM or, things
Right.
like that. It's just him and his production company, which he start trying to get started. So,
Yeah, so like but his movies are still produced. So like I think Lionsgate, who's a big film, whatever out there. That's who a lot of his movies are through. So Lionsgate is still putting up a lot of movie money into his movies. So like not 100% all the money that's being put into a Tyler Perry whatever production is necessarily all of Tyler Perry's money.
Yeah, but okay, I see what you're saying. I'm just, curious. So
So
what role did he have
so like
in
my whole thing is he still has to he still has to answer to the bigger company. Like he like you know how
okay.
like back in the day where like people get record labels through like their own record label through their record label. So at the end of the day, they still have to answer to their record label when it comes to decisions about their record label. And I feel like that's kind of like Tyler Perry probably got a little bit more leeway when it comes to like decisions and production wise, but at the same time, he still got to answer to the bigger company. Oh, Torian is making his annual appearance on the podcast. Hey, Torian.
He's worried about his Christmas stuff. He just woke up from a nap. Hi,
But
go
to
get
keep
it.
things going, we
Uncle
are
Tom.
running getting close to the end of the show. The rapper Tina says that Beyonce is the queen of rap. She says Beyonce is the queen of all genres. Like I told Tina right before this podcast start, Beyonce is not the queen of rap. Even when she does rap, she is not the queen. Because I feel like there are way more women out there who are better at it. As I said, Beyonce to me does not have a voice for electric music, which is like that techno type music. Beyonce does not have a voice for that. Her voice doesn't go well with that kind of music. I would say if Beyonce was to be considered the queen of anything, she is a great performer. She's the queen of performing, and to me, she's the queen of like R&B and contemporary music. And that's just my personal opinion when it comes to that.
Well, I feel like, Trina has her own opinion, and that's fine. She has her opinion, and maybe
Right.
that's who influenced her into doing a lot of things, which is a little strange to me because they not even, I mean, they,
Girl, do Beyonce even know you exist? I just want to ask that.
she got it. So Beyonce is a Southern girly, right? So is Trina. So I'm pretty sure, and Beyonce's around her age, and so is Trina. Like, so she grew up. She knew, like Trina, like she's known. If people don't
Mm-hmm.
want to give her her flowers, she's known, and she was one of those people that came out like Little Kim, real explicit, cut, uncut, raw, things like that, and she kind of held on.
Ooh, Torian.
So I just think that maybe that's who. I think that's just maybe who influenced her.
I can see that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been hot topics. Okay, so to keep things going, this is the last story of the day because it's broken into three different videos for those of you who are watching the live video. But if you're watching the audio version of the podcast, you will be able to hear it. So this is a story about a police officer who drove into a bar and the police officers arrested the co-owner of the bar, even though the police officer was the one who drove into the bar. So I'm going to start the story right now.
Oh, there was absolutely video recording. I'm just giving you a moment to absorb that headline. St. Louis police crash into LGBTQ bar and arrest its owner. Last night, around 12:30 a.m., a St. Louis police cruiser smashed into the front window of an LGBTQ bar, but it was the bar's co-owner who wound up getting arrested and is currently being held at central booking. There were several police officers that jumped him, said James Pence, who co-owns Bar PM with Chadwick, who is currently in police custody. So Pence, the co-owner who wasn't arrested, he lives above the bar. He said he was getting ready for bed. There were other people closing up the bar. He said suddenly he felt the whole building shake and ran downstairs. He came down to find a police SUV in his building and an officer demanding to see his identification. What? Pence says he replied, "No, you don't. That's a police cruiser in my building. You don't need to see my ID. This is not how this works." Pence says he was spun around and placed in handcuffs. There is no crime that has happened. Police crashed into his business, and there are people in the business. And the cop's like, yo, who are you? Identify yourselves. What the fuck? And what terrible crime did the other co-owner commit that he was arrested and taken away? Well, according to Pence, the co-owner Wick was taking videos and photos of the police vehicle when, according to Pence, 3 of them officers went for him. He raised his arm, and they said that he hit them. And while Pence was let out of cuffs, Wick was taken away. Pence spent the next morning cleaning up, but also calling around for hours trying to even find his partner. Couldn't find him. Finally found him at Central Booking. And of course, in the light of a new day, cooler heads prevail. You figure police are like, hey, listen, we all made mistakes. We're gonna send you on your way. We're gonna figure this all out. That's what happened, right? No! They charged him with felony assault on an officer. A police cruiser crashed into their business at almost 1 a.m. The police immediately started demanding their IDs and treating them like it was their fault. How dare you put this building where our car was trying to drive? You got a problem with the police? Don't take pictures and photos that any sensible person would do, like for their insurance? So they go at him, and when he's like, they're like, you tried to hit us now? And they're rolling with that. They're charging him with a felony. Pence said that the officer who ran into the bar told him that he had swerved to miss a dog in the street. And Pence said that they do have security camera footage of the crash. He's just not making it public. I wonder if the security cameras are pointed at the street and show if there even was a dog or not. Either way, there were definitely security cameras inside of the bar. According to the arrested co-owner's attorney, they show that the St. Louis police are absolutely lying and that his client never assaulted them. I think the statement says something to the effect of, you can't just get mad that someone yelled at you and then charge them with felony assault. A bunch of people reached out to me about this, several who live in the area and who know these 2 owners, and went on and on about how great they are, how much they do for the local community. The local community is watching. The local community knows these 2 gentlemen. And to the St. Louis Police Department, you are currently showing them everything they need to know about you.
So, hold on. Tina, you muted. But there's more videos, too.
You about to lose your job.
All right. Let me play part 2 of the video, because it was updated. Okay.
I'm just giving you... there was absolutely video recorded. In fact, the attorney who's representing the 2 owners of this bar say the video contradicts what the police have said happened. For those who don't know what's going on with this, I posted a video yesterday about how a police officer in St. Louis crashed his patrol vehicle into the front of a gay bar there, and then got out and started demanding everyone's ID. And when the owner was like, that's not how this works, what the hell happened, put that owner in handcuffs. Then when the other owner started taking photos and video, put him in handcuffs and claimed that he struck them and arrested him for felony assault on a police officer. There's actually a 20-minute bystander video that this publication got to review that shows everything that went down. It shows Pence, the one owner, being placed in handcuffs. The person recording says, what crime did he commit? And an unidentified police officer says, a disturbance. The officer then walks toward the person taking the video and says, he's not going to yell at me. That's causing a disturbance. Let me ask you something. What's more of a disturbance? A person raising their voice and being upset that a vehicle just crashed in their business, and now the person who is driving that vehicle is acting as if it's everyone else's fault and demanding their IDs, or crashing your car into a business. That cop is super lucky that this business wasn't open and thriving at the time. He could have seriously injured, if not killed someone, and he's blaming them. Some of the comments on Twitter were making me laugh my ass off. One was, what was that building doing parked so close to the road? Another said that bar should have just complied. And a third said, what was that bar doing out so late dressed like that? Because that's what it feels like the cops are doing in this situation. Also, in the 20-minute bystander video, Morris, the one who was arrested and charged with felony assault, it shows him never striking an officer in the chest, which is what they're claiming. Also, if you recall, the one owner said that when he asked the officer what had happened, the cop said that he swerved to miss a dog in the road. Well, we now have video from a security camera that shows the accident. And I got to tell you, if you watch up here, I never see a dog. Don't see any dog there at all. Although now the story is the officer was avoiding this parked car, which he doesn't look close to at all. Was this officer given a breathalyzer test at all on scene? Just curious. Now, the attorneys who were representing the owners posted this yesterday. They said that Chad, the one who was charged with a felony, was being released on his own recognizance. Then they said, prosecutor just called us and said that they will be amending the charge from a felony to a misdemeanor. But that won't be enough. No kidding. We have video that shows that the police were the aggressors and Chad did nothing wrong. And despite him being released, despite this now having national attention and being pretty embarrassing, I would think, for the St. Louis Police Department, this was the scene outside of the bar last night. Several police officers just posted up, sitting there looking at the bar in what some might interpret as intimidation. The cop who's driving was still on a probationary period because he's been there less than a year. He made a mistake. He got in a car accident. It's not the end of the world. But rather than be embarrassed, he turned it into this whole other thing, caused all these other problems, and what's really embarrassing is the fact that the other police officers have backed him up on it. Now you have affected an entire community there, and the whole world is watching and just shaking their heads at you. Get your house in order.
There's one more.
Well, the St. Louis story just keeps giving and giving recap. This is the story where a police officer with the St. Louis Police Department lost control of his vehicle and crashed into the front of a gay bar there. And then somehow that led to the owner of that bar being arrested for felony assault on an officer. Bystander video showed that the guy didn't assault the officer, at least not there. The officer first claimed he swerved to avoid a dog, then said he was avoiding this parked car. Video showed it looks like he wasn't going to hit it at all. But now we have even more video of that officer driving. Notice how this traffic light is green, giving anyone on this street right of way. And look, there goes the officer running a red light. This video is just moments before he ran into the bar, and it looks like he doesn't even tap his brakes. So, multiple traffic infractions prior to the accident. So, of course, there's some sort of protocol where if an officer gets in some sort of accident like that, they do a breathalyzer or sobriety test to make sure that wasn't a factor, right? Not in this case, apparently. St. Louis police did not do a toxicology test on the officer. And why? Because responding officers who showed up on scene said he wasn't impaired. Oh, no, just take our word for it. We saw him, we talked to him, not impaired. So they didn't check the person who had been in an accident, the only person responsible for any of it. You know what they did do? Well, you may recall in the first video I made, I talked about how the one owner, Pence, had to clean up the next morning and then had to find Wick, the other owner who had been arrested. It took him a little while to find him. Turns out it took him a while to find him because at first he wasn't at a station being processed. At first, he was at the hospital, which is interesting because no ambulance was called to the bar that night. He was put in a cruiser and driven away. Yet his attorney says when they got him, he has a black eye and bruises all over his body, and he had to be taken to a hospital because he had been beaten. And while all of this injustice and nonsense had happened to the bar owners, this was the scene that very next night outside of the bar. And a lot of people pointed out that not only is there a police cruiser there, but this is a transport vehicle for when you have to arrest multiple people. You'd want to have something like this to transport all of them. It's almost like the police were very ready to make some arrests outside of or near that bar that evening. I mean, I'm not a legal expert, but it feels like there's been some civil rights violations. So, wouldn't be surprised if I hear about a lawsuit being filed in the near future.
I know that it's a lot to digest.
That is a lot to unpack. Okay.
Yep.
First of all, go ahead.
So just give a recap. So first, the police officer drives into this gate into a gay bar, and he arrests the co bar owner. He lied and said that he swerved to miss a dog, but there's no dog in the video. And then he lied and said that he was swerving to miss hitting a car that he was nowhere near hitting. Was he charged him was a felony aggravated assault of a police officer, saying that the man punched him in the chest when there's video proof that the man never punched him in the chest. And the fact that when the other bar owner was trying to find his friend, he couldn't find him anywhere because he was in the hospital because he had a black eye and bruises all over his body. So many
And they had the cruisers out sitting outside of the bar, intimidation, right?
right. Yeah.
Alleged intimidation, right?
Right.
That so number one, he so that police officer just needs to
Needs
like
to be fired. He does not need to be a part of the
yeah,
police department anymore.
you ran a red light and then you swerved to hit a car that wasn't even moving,
Right. So car.
wasn't moving, and then you went all the way across on the other side of the street and ran into a fucking like you ran into a building.
he
You
has to
ran
be
into a building.
he has to be drunk on the job or something because there's nothing. I can't think of anything else that could possibly explain that kind of stupid
Hold on, baby.
at all. Like I don't understand it at all. Hello, how are you doing? I keep getting a phone call from an 855-612 number. Y'all need to start. Y'all don't call like 6 times back to back.
Me too.
Oh my god, this now
They keep calling.
they yeah, mine's is still going off with them calling. Oh my god. But yeah, like I said, that police officer needs to be fired. So it's up to you if you want to do your update or
Oh, me?
yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it real
All
quick.
right. So let's head into I gotta find your thing. Okay. So let's head into Tina updates and health updates and tips.
Okay, so today the health topic is kind of a twofold. It's like a hot topic and a health update. So I don't know if anybody was watching or heard the news today. A young lady by the name of Gypsy Rose Blanchard was released from prison early. I want to say, I think they said 2 years early off of her 10-year sentence. And she was sentenced to 10 years for conspiring to murder her mother, right? And I was like, who is she? I don't remember her. Let me look more into this, right? So I looked more into it. It sounds like Gypsy Rose Blanchard admitted to helping her boyfriend at the time kill her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard. Um, and he was actually sentenced to life in prison without parole, and she got 10 years off of a plea deal. Now, what's so crazy is she got this plea deal because the defense was able to prove that Dee Dee's mother was suffering from something called Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Okay, so Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a rare condition where a person, usually a primary caregiver, um, fakes or exaggerates or creates an illness um, from the person that they're caring for just for attention, right? Now, in this case, the person that's suffering from Munchausen syndrome was some other Dee Dee Blanchard, right? And the person she was caring for was her daughter. So it sounds like the mother had made it seem like, I believe, she was suffering from leukemia and muscular dystrophy, and these are serious health concerns. Okay, Um, and treatments that go along with those things can be life threatening within themselves, right? So the daughter must have found out that that her mother was doing this. She wasn't really sick. So then that's when she conspired um, with her boyfriend to kill her mother. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is considered to be a form of abuse, child abuse or elderly abuse. Um, um, so I thought that was pretty Rocky Becky. So I figured that was some pretty interesting topic to touch upon today. It is something rare. It's not something that you see quite often. But Munchausen syndrome by proxy usually happens when somebody states symptoms like seizures, different aches and pains, just other different things that was going on. They alter tests like urine tests. They put things in their urine like blood, so on and so forth. They make it seem like they are sicker than what they are. Um, or I've heard stories of when the caregiver will poison the patient or their client or their child, that's how it makes them sick, right? They use very small amounts of poison over a long extended period of time, and that starts to give the child or whoever they're caring for these symptoms. So she got out today. I did see a post where the first thing she did when she got out was went shoe shopping. Now, do I feel like that she should have conspired to kill her mother? No. You know,
In the heifer
um,
married. Her husband came and picked her up.
that was her husband in that picture. Okay, anyway. So, oh my God. And I want to say I was reading somewhere, she like 31 or 32 now or something like that, right? So I feel like it is a form of abuse. And I mean, I can't imagine enduring all of the treatments that come along with those types of illnesses. Um, so it definitely caused probably, some type of mental health issues within her, Gypsy, right? So I can see, anger, sadness, depression, anxiety coming along with finding out that your mother, somebody that gave birth to you, that was supposed to love you unconditionally, would actually do something like this. Um, and that's all I got. Anthony, Chase. I mean, hi, Chase.
Wait, she over here confused me, y'all, with Paw Patrol talking to her son and stuff.
Child. He was sleeping, got up, and he want to play. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to do my
Wait.
job.
No, when I was listening, because I'm like, I was trying to keep it talk with the TikTok audience and be on pay attention here at the same time. So wait, you said leukemia and then the muscle something. Well,
Muscular dystrophy.
I'm like she was in a lot of pain. Like, oh my
Just
goodness.
to pull off something like that, because it's like the daughter wasn't necessarily, unless she was brainwashed, like to go along with having the symptoms of that. It's like, what was she giving her? That's what I'm saying. Like, I've heard of people being poisoned very small. It's not, and
Mhm.
it's untraceable. And I mean, that's not the first thing that goes through a provider's mind when a mother brings her child in and looks well cared for, and it seems like they got a good relationship and they don't have any signs of abuse. You know, that's not the first thing that we're going to think about. That it's an acute toxicity of a poisoning or a chronic poisoning event or something like that. So they
Mhm.
probably never did like a toxicology screening. But if you are um, exposed to chemicals over a certain amount of time, it can cause cancers, right?
Like the lady who was slowly poisoning her husband over time with antifreeze.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep. So, and it's really sad. Like I said, this is really rare that happens. And it also is another version of it, Munchausen syndrome by itself. That's when the person does it to themselves to gain attention.
Mhm.
And it's solely just for attention purposes.
That's right.
There's no other reason. There is no cure, right? Because it's a behavioral disorder.
Let me find out you talking about Old Yeller.
You know what? I'm just
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into TikTok videos of the week. I'm innocent and all that. I just want to say I'm innocent. But let's get
whatever.
into the first videos, 3 videos. They're kind of short videos. And then, yeah, here we go.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but stop grounding your kids from their online games. Log into those games and get them banned.
I knew that you was going to agree with that. So you watching on TikTok live, and he said that the video said stop grounding your kids from the video games, log in and get them banned from it, from the online server. I knew Tina would agree with that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Don't you worry.
All right, let's head into the next clip, and in this next clip, I'm just gonna let Tina see it.
So a map came out with the 50 drunkest counties in the U.S. And right when I saw the map, my eyes go to California, Texas, Florida, places like New York, New Jersey, but Wisconsin, with almost a clean sweep. Holy shit. Fuck yeah, to be frank.
As you pour the shot, please. That whole entire map was lit up with just Wisconsin with the 50 drunkest counties in the United States. Like, about 48 of those was every county. It was like Wisconsin. Oh my God. It's all Tina's fault that we're the drunkest county, and yeah, that's Tina's fault. It's her generation. That's that Gen X always going out partying, getting drunk. That is her generation. Okay, so let's head into this last video because it has to do with.
It is not my fault.
It is. It has to do with Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So here we go.
Jill and I hope you are able to spend time with your loved ones this holiday season. During this time, we're also thinking of the brave women and men in uniform who defend our nation, many of them away from their families. We wish you joy and happiness this Christmas Eve. Sometime later. They spied on my campaign, lied to Congress, cheated on FISA, rigged the presidential election, allowed millions of people, many from prisons and mental institutions, to invade our country, screwed up in Afghanistan, and Joe Biden's misfits and thugs like deranged Jack Smith are coming after me at levels of persecution never seen before in our country. It's called election interference. Merry Christmas. It's the fact that people can see examples of these two men and then look at the one who, all caps, long ass run on sentence that's also a question somehow, and still say, that's our guy. Merry Christmas.
That's our guy.
Wait, because your Merry Christmas message to the U.S., the United States people were supposed to be, have a blessed Christmas, thank you to our truth.
No, he kept it 100.
He went on there and said they lied, election interference, they all kind of shit.
Have a nice day.
Oh God! Please, somebody help that orange man. Just please help him. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, before we go, Tina, do you have any New Year's resolutions before we head out for
Oh, it is coming up on New Year's Eve on Sunday, New Year's Day on Monday. Can't believe 2024 is. Where did 2023 come from? It was like one long, insufferable.
it was a
I don't know.
horrendous, terrible year.
It was like, what is going on? It was like everybody's just like, man.
Everybody angry
But
killing each other.
that's true. That's true. We were just trying to survive in 2023, right? So New Year's resolutions. So as I got older, I've learned that, and this is going to be my final thought too. I'm gonna roll it all into one. As I've gotten older, I've kind of shied away from putting restrictions on myself as a New Year's resolution because I've noticed throughout that year I
Oh,
grow
your
in
ass
many
be working.
different ways. What do you say? Yes, it was. Hey. um, I've learned that I grow and I go through many different transitions within a year. So I don't want to cap myself with one thing other than to grow in the right direction. So that's my New Year's resolution. Whatever changes come my way, I hope that they are positive and I hope that they right.
Not the mama stare.
And Rocky, y'all, Christmas got him in a truck called car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, police car. So I just want to grow in the right direction. I want to keep moving forward. So that is my New Year's resolution. Whatever that is for me in year 2024, I want to go in the right direction. And final thoughts.
No,
I'm
we got
happy
to do
we
that
ended
because
another.
we got a video package for final thoughts, so we can't do final
Oh,
thought yet.
never mind. Okay, never mind.
uh, okay, so my
My
New
bad,
Year's
y'all.
resolution is want to become a better producer, which is what I've been working on far as the show. Um, unfortunately, you guys are you're gonna have to wait for to like the clips for the podcast because I'm on vacation and I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow, so I can't really put out clips or anything. But yeah, it's to be. I'm working on becoming a better producer. I want to hopefully finally put out a book next year. I am currently working on my fourth book right now, and old Yeller was supposed to be reading the first two books that I had sent him and giving me some feedback, but I believe he only read like the first page, and that was it. So I still ain't got no feedback, even though he had the book for like 2-3 weeks now. But
Not the first page.
yeah, he just read the first page and that's it. Uh, so yeah. Hopefully, that's my. I'm hopefully just be able to put a book. I'll be able to put a book out next year, and hopefully somebody pick me up. I can get a manager or whatever, and they can help me get a book put out there. Become a better producer. Be able to become better at making this podcast, bring you guys content, and we need help from you guys by subscribing and sharing our podcast link out there for the world, for us, for the world.
Woo! First page only.
Only the first page is what he read. You know what? When I had saw whatever, I don't know why I thought about Blanche and it was just thought about whatever. But let's head into final thoughts.
Yes, you did, Rocky. Yeah, you did it, Rocky. Yay. Okay, final thoughts for me for ending the year 2023. Torian, I need you to turn. So my final resolution, I mean my final resolution, my final thoughts is pour into those that pour into you. Okay? Very, very important. It's good to have random acts of kindness, things that and other, because everybody needs a random act of kindness from a stranger, or even if the person isn't quite a stranger, a person that know you but extends some type of grace towards you, it's always a great feeling, right? But stop wasting your time and energy on those who don't see fit to do the same for you. Okay. I've gotten, I'm probably halfway through my lifespan, and I'm just now learning this the hard way. Um, and it might be a cliche phrase, but it's 100% true. Okay. So you got to take care of yourself first and surround yourself with those who want to see you better and who will extend grace to you to see you do better, and make sure you do it in return for them. That's my final thought.
I was still muted. My final thought is make sure bust the cap. Sometimes you just gotta bust a cap to some people to get your point. Oh wait, no, let me not say that because Tina will be like, no, don't be saying that type of message. Don't be saying that. But my final thought is, going into 2024, we need to learn how to get along with each other, take better care of each other. And then at the same time, stop relying on other people to take care of you. Stop relying on people to make decisions for you, because at the end of the day, what goes on in your life or what happens in your life is up to you. It's your choices. It is your life to pick how you decide to either glow it up or mess it up. It's all I'm saying. And black actors and actresses need to be paid more. And that's my final thought.
Okay, okay. Somebody finna go on
Yay, I can't
vacation.
wait. So those of you who don't know,
Hey.
I fly out to Miami in the morning. I'm like I told Tina, I'm still nervous as hell about flying because I still just do not like flying. But I'm excited to be getting on my going on a cruise. I've been talking about this cruise since probably last year, and because we planned this cruise before I went on the last cruise that I went on. But I'm excited. It's my first vacation out of Wisconsin in a year, I want to say. So I'm excited. I can't wait. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be going. I'm so happy to be experiencing this. And then some people get asked like, why do you like being on the water so much? Why do you like being on cruises? The reason why I like doing the cruises is because I get to visit so many different destinations in one trip. I get to see the world in just so many different places in the world in just one trip, and that's why I enjoy cruising on top of the boozes and the shows on there. So I'm
Right?
excited.
It's like a
I can't wait.
non-stop fun shop.
Right. I'm excited. I can't wait
Mm.
to get to Miami. My cousin has already booked us some dinner at a restaurant Saturday night in somewhere in Miami. So I'm excited about that. I get to be bougie for a night. Uh,
Booty.
I hope she ain't book nowhere where I gotta dress bougie because I did not bring no bougie clothes. I brought my hoochie daddy clothes. Like I'm trying to go out and hold clothes. So I packed all my see-through underwear, and some underwear got pieces missing out of them that was designed like that. So um I do not have, formal clothes to wear to this dinner. So like I said, I'm excited and I can't wait.
I'm so over you. But go off, friend. Go off. I'm so happy for you. I wish you safe travels. Everybody wish Martel safe travels. And I'm happy for you. You deserve it. You worked really hard for this.
Yay. I can't wait. I can't wait to live my best life and be home. And already went and got cash, so if there's some hoes down there, some puddings. Like my cousin said, I got that $40 for you if you want to come see me.
Oh
I got that,
no.
I got that $40 for them puddings. I'm telling you.
What is wrong with you?
Let me get off
You
this show
gotta be
before I
stopped.
get over acting a fool. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the final episode of Saycast Different Day podcast of 2023. We hope to see and hear from you guys in 2024. Thank you again for joining us on this Jersey. I said Jersey. Oh my God, journey. And I will see you all on the next episode coming when I get back from vacation, which is, I don't know. I believe January 11th is when y'all get another live episode. January 11th is when y'all see us again live. For those of you who watch the live versions, the video audio versions, you get around the same time. But thank y'all. We'll see you on the next episode.